I wanted to take this opportunity for everyone to be able to maybe give some verbal birthday gifts to Curt, because we're cheap.
I prefer cash.
Well, we know Curt as a humble person, and he normally wouldn't probably accept all these things that we might say. We have an open mic, and that's what we're going to do in a little bit. People can just get up and say what they'd like to say.
Where is Curt?
He's right behind you.
Okay.
Yeah, he is here.
There's a bank of 3 switches there, right behind you. 3 switches?
So this may, I don't know if it'll have a feel of a funeral or not, but Curt's attending his own tribute.
Next one.
But
Is that better? Tornadoes on.
we'll do that, and I think some people have some notes they would like to present, and I'll just kick us off with some thoughts. And I'll just go back briefly, but I started out as a child, and I just remember that Curt would get me down on the floor at 5:05 and pop my knuckles. I can't stand to have my knuckles popped. And we would pinch him, and of course the line was, say it doesn't hurt when it hurts. So I'd scream out, it doesn't hurt. Oh, really? As I got to be a little bit older, you know, and now I'm probably in junior high, well, most older teenage brothers wouldn't want to have a little brother, you know, behind him and follow him around, trail him around. Well, Curt was different. And I remember Curt and I took a trip to Toronto, just the two of us in the old blue Volkswagen Bug. And we went up there at Christmas time, or the winter. We hit Toronto in a heavy snowstorm. I remember going around the expressways in Toronto, and cars were sliding off, and our little VW just went right on around them. So we made the trip, and he stopped back through Malone and saw some European friends that he had gone to overseas on a trip with. And then we got to Mulberry Grove, and the Volkswagen quit. It just died. So Dad came out and picked us up at Mulberry Grove and made it home. I remember playing in the backyard when we used to have, there used to be an old shed that we tore down at 5:05, and then there were slabs of concrete that were left. Well, it was maybe 9 sections of concrete, and they weren't all even. But Dad put up a basketball hoop, and Curt and I would go out and play, and it was uneven, and Curt mastered the talent of being able to bounce it off of an exposed piece of concrete, and it should just go on that way, but it'd come right back to it. So he was always scoring on me because well, I think most people here know what a talented athlete Curt was in high school, and set records that may still stand for percentage of shots made, highest percentage. But he also was a very high scorer. And I remember going to games with Mom and Dad, and he had what the announcers on the radio would say was an unblockable fading jump shot. And Curt was so pretty as he'd shoot and fade back. His legs were always together, perfect form, and nobody could block it. 32 points a game on a regular basis.
Oh,
The Michael Jordan of Greenville.
Yeah.
Irregular basis.
Yeah. Well, all of these things were models for me. And then you go on a little further and you have the model of marriage. Curt has a wonderful marriage. And it's one thing to watch my parents' marriage, but it's another thing when a sibling who's been brought up alongside you also is a model for you. So not only in sports, but in marriage, in grandfathering. I can see how he's such a loving grandfather, and all those things play. Well, Curt is simply amazing, and we talked last night about his skills, but there is that ability, but there's just something amazing about his creativity and the way he supports everybody, and he's just known as a builder. Everywhere around this community, you could see when the people came last night, he's a builder of people in the highest sense of the word. And people just enjoy, I think, his quiet company. The marvel of this weekend, to have people at the drop of a hat jump on a plane at short notice and fly all this way, just doesn't happen unless you want to be with Curt and Dee. Well, there's something about being with Curt and Dee that lets you relax and enjoy good fellowship. This room has entertained many different groups, and their house is always open. That's the way they are. Well, Curt possesses a great talent that escapes me. I have no ability with a hammer and a saw. And I get big ideas, and I have all the tools, and I can see it on paper.
Sue has the tools.
So, and I start the project, but soon I'm on the phone trying to find someone to bail me out and finish the job that I can't do. My brother can do it, I can't do it. Well, there's something that I have that Curt will never have. It's a prized possession of mine. And that is that I have a big brother. And he'll never have a big brother and know what that's like. But that means so much. And it's made a difference in my life. And I recall starting freshman ball at... sorry, Curt. That's all right. Right on cue. I remember starting freshman ball at Greenville. And when I showed up for the first practice, the coach says, "Tidball, are you related to Curt?" And I said, "Well, yeah, it's my big brother." And the coach turned around and says, "We got another Tidball here." And he said, "Are you going to be like your brother?" And I said, "I hope so." And continue to live my life that way. So, with that as my tribute to you, Curt. Thank you so much. What we'll have, and there's no order here, so if you have something you'd like to say and share, just please feel free to speak up.
Could we start